Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here, and we're going to start off with some sphere gridding. Oh yes, we get the flare spell. That's going to be good. Another thing I'm going to do here with Lulu, I'm going to move her... Yeah, I'm going to move her over to where Kamari is. Now, unfortunately, you can't actually use a return sphere. You could use a friend sphere, since I'm going right over there, but no, we'll go with the return sphere. You can't actually return to a blank node. It has to be one that you've actually activated. So, ideally, if I could move Kamari another step right now and then turn that blank node into something like maybe with that HP sphere we have, then I could warp her to that, and that'd be a little bit more productive. It would save one step. But, oh well. I'm not going to fret over it. I mean, another thing I could do is just let Kamari move a couple steps, and then use the friend sphere to go to his location. That is an option. Speaking of that HP node, or sphere, I'm gonna use that. Yeah. And Titus, I don't know what it is, but I remember him having more HP than what he actually has, so I'm going to give him this HP plus 300. I don't know if it's a difference between the original PS2 North American release and the international version, or if it's because I gave him more HP nodes first time I played, or if it's because I took him into another character's sphere grid after I completed his. Or maybe it's a combination of the three. But yeah, I just remember him having more HP. Lux Sphere, I'm gonna put that on Waka just to make his like sleep buster and or not the buster attacks, but the sleep attack and dark attack, the basic attack statuses have a bit more success rate.
Its power as a faith long ago. It is Lord Zaon, the first faith of the final summoning.
Huh.
What you see before you is all that remains of him. Lord Zaon is... his soul is gone.
Gone?
You mean there is no final Aeon?
Oh, come on. They've had final Aeons
Lady Yunalesca will show
for
you
the past 1,000 years.
The final Aeon will be yours.
Vraska just had it 10 years ago.
The Summoner and the final Aeon will join powers. Go to her now. Inside, the lady awaits.
Well, good for her.
Yuna, wait! Auron, you knew this was gonna happen, didn't you?
And he chose not to explain the plot anyways.
Didn't he tell us?
Because he has some strange aversion to explaining plot.
Truth, would that really have stopped you from coming?
Actually, it could have changed our course. Instead of coming here and doing this whole
Kimari knows.
final Aeon thing,
Kimari goes first.
we could
Yuna is
have
safe.
spent our
protect.
time doing something different. Alright, well,
Someone's coming!
we were just told it's Lady Yunalesca.
Lady Yunalesca.
Why are you
Welcome,
so
Susanna.
shocked?
I congratulate you, Summoner. You have completed your pilgrimage. I will now bestow you with that which you seek. The final summoning will be yours. Now, choose.
Choose? I choose
must
you!
choose the one whom I will change
What is this, Pokemon?
to become the faith of the final summoning. There must be a bond between chosen and
So,
summoner.
this
that is what the
explains
final
why
summoning embodies.
Jecht is Sin,
The bond between
because he
husband
was
and wife,
chosen to
mother and
be
child,
Vraska's
or
final
between
Aeon,
friends. If that bond is strong
and so
enough,
I guess
its
once
light will conquer sin.
he becomes the final Aeon, I
1,000
guess the
years
new
ago,
final
I
Aeon
chose
who
my
defeats
husband
Sin
Theon as my
will
faith.
become Sin
Our
over
bond
10
was true,
years.
and I obtained the final Aeon.
Why couldn't you have
There is
explained that,
nothing to
Auron?
fear. You will soon be freed of worry and pain.
And the part that doesn't
For
make
once you call
sense
forth
about
the final
this
Aeon,
is everyone
your
being
life will
surprised about
Death
having to
is the
choose a
ultimate
guardian
and
to
final
become
liberation.
the faith of the final Aeon.
Your father,
Like, why
Vraska,
didn't
chose
people
this
know
path.
this? They know everything else about this entire religious system and the summoner's pilgrimage and that the summoner will die and all of this,
It is not too
but they
late.
don't
Let us turn
know
back.
that they have to pick a
If I turn
guardian
back, who
to
will defeat
turn into the
Sin?
final Aeon?
Would you have some other
And no, I'm
summoner
not even
and
just
his
blaming
guardians go
Auron
through
for this one, because
But-
people should have known this a long
lord,
time ago.
There must
Like,
be
why don't
another
they?
way. This is the only way we got now.
That part doesn't make sense.
Make
Another
me the
flashback.
faith. I've been doing some thinking. My dream is back in the others, Anakin. I wanted to make that runt into a star blitz player.
And he wanted to punch you in
View
the
from
face.
top, you know. But now I know there's no way home for me. I'm never gonna see him again. My dream's never gonna come true. So make me the faith. I'll fight Sin with you, Vraska. Then maybe my life will have meaning, you know?
Don't do this, Jecht. If you live, there may be another way. We'll think of something, I know.
Well, think of something.
Believe me,
Anything.
I thought this through.
Something.
Besides, I ain't getting any younger, so I might as well make myself useful.
Jecht?
What? You're not gonna try to stop me too?
He just said he's gonna
Sorry.
fight Sin.
I mean, thank you.
Vraska still has to fight Sin, Auron. Guard him well. Make sure he gets there. Well, let's go.
Lord Vraska, Jecht.
What do you want now?
Sin always comes back. It comes back after the calm, every time. The cycle will continue and your deaths will mean nothing.
But there's always a chance it won't come back this time.
A chance? We've got
worth trying.
1,000 years of history
understand what you're
saying it's
saying,
gonna keep
Auron.
coming back every 10
I'll
years.
find a way to break the cycle.
That's pretty dang consistent for something
have a
that
plan?
has a chance of
Jecht?
supposedly going
Trust
differently.
me, I'll think of something.
Again, this thinking of something. Let's vaguely just think of something. Yeah. I don't know, have you guys tried punching it in the face? Okay, that's probably not the most productive thing you could do. What, do you hate that he's sharing plot information?
And the cycle went on.
We'll break it.
But how?
Well, we just
What,
will.
You got a plan now?
If one of us has to become a faith, I volunteer.
Me too, Yuna.
That still won't change anything, you know? You'd bring the calm, and then what?
And
That won't
10
break the
years
cycle.
later, Sin comes back.
Listen. You want to defeat Sin and keep Yuna alive. You don't want Sin to come back, yeah? That is just not gonna happen, brother, you know?
If you want everything, you'll end up with nothing.
But
That
I
phrase
want
is
everything.
dumb.
Now you're being childish.
I give up. So what would an adult do then? They know they can just throw away a summoner. Then they can do whatever they like. You're right. I might not even have a chance.
I mean, the
But no
whole
way am I
concept
gonna
of,
just stand here
oh,
and
if
let
you
you
want
go.
everything, you'll have nothing.
Then what?
it's really just a
Auron said
matter of
about there
high
being a
risk,
way.
high reward.
I think it's true.
Let's do something
You'll
different.
think of
Maybe it'll
something?
completely fail,
Yes. I'll go
but
rescue Naleska.
a high reward
She's got to
being
know something.
Eunice survives and
really
Sin
think
is
she'll
dead,
help
and
you?
he's permanently dead.
I don't know, but I have to try. This is my story. It'll go the way I want it, or I'll end it here.
I like Titus
Wait.
taking charge here.
You say it's your story, but it's my story too.
That's
you know?
quite a lot of progress for
It would be
starting
so
out
easy
by going,
to let
I
my fate
need
just carry me away,
food.
following the same path my whole life through. But I
And
know
he hasn't needed food since.
I can't. What I do with no regrets.
And I love Yuna's boldness. And her no regret attitude. This is a really cool looking place. I'm not going to ask how the physics of any of this are working right now. We'll just accept
Have
that
you
it's
chosen
cool.
the one to become your faith?
There's many
Who
other
will it be?
much bigger plot holes.
Might I ask something first? Will
To
Sin
discuss.
come back even should I use the final summoning to defeat it?
Haven't we
Sin
determined
is
this?
eternal. Every Aeon that defeats it becomes Sin in its place. And thus is Sin reborn.
So that's why Jack became
Look at that.
Sin.
2 lines.
Sin
That
is
easy
the
to explain the
inevitable
plot,
part of Spirit's
Auron.
destiny.
Take
It
note.
is never ending.
Never ending? But if we atone for our crimes, sin will stop coming back, yeah? Someday it'll be gone, yeah?
Will humanity ever attain such purity?
She does kind of have a point there.
This cannot be! The teachings state that we can exercise sin with complete atonement! It's been our only hope all these years!
Hope is comforting.
But how do
It allows
you
us to
attain
accept
this
fate,
vague
however
atonement?
tragic it might be.
And clearly it's not going that well for the
Where is
humanity.
the sense in all this?
Oh,
Braska
another
believed in Yevon's
flashback.
teachings and died for them. Jack believed in Braska and gave his life for him.
They chose to die because they had hope.
And that looks like where Auron died. Actually, not quite. We'll hear a little bit later that
Yevon's teachings and the final
he
summoning
didn't
give
die
the people of Spira hope.
quite at that point.
Without hope, they would drown in their
He had a
sorrow.
much less climactic death.
Now choose. Who will be your faith? Who will be the one to renew Spira's hope?
Intense silence.
No one. I would have gladly died. I live for the people of Spira, and would have gladly died for them.
I love
but no
Yuna's
more.
response.
The final summoning is a false tradition that should be thrown away.
Bold words.
It is our only hope. Your father sacrificed himself to give that hope to the people. So they would forget sorrow.
Wrong.
Well, they
My
didn't.
father.
The calm only lasts
My
10
father wanted-
years.
To make Spiro's sorrow go away, not just cover it up with lies.
I like
Sorrow
Yuna's
cannot
voice
be
acting when
abolished.
she's
It is
giving,
meaningless
like,
to try.
calm and wise responses to people.
My father.
But when she's trying to give,
loved
like,
him.
emotionally charged
I will live
anger
with my sorrow. I will live
lines,
my own life. I will defeat
she's
Sauron
really not good at
in this
that.
place. I will stand my ground and be strong. I don't know when it will be, but someday
I mean, in all fairness, I'm not really good at that
I
either.
will do it without false hope.
Wait,
Poor
does that
creature.
make me like a male
You would
version of
throw away
Yuna?
hope. Well,
I'll let you guys ponder
I will
that.
free you before you can drown in your sorrow. It is better for you to die in hope than to live in despair.
Meanwhile,
Let me be your liberator.
we're getting ready to fight Yuna Leska. Now, here we go.
This is it. Now is the time to choose. Die
And the
be
camera
free of
is
pain,
kind of going
or live
funky
and
like
fight
this
your
on its
sorrow.
own.
Now is the time to shape your stories.
It's part of the
Your fate is in your
intensity they're
hands.
trying to build or something.
Yuna needs Kimari. Kimari protect Yuna.
Well, I'm fighting.
I can't believe we're gonna fight Lady Unaleska. Give me a break.
Oh, Waka, we've
can
already been
always run.
branded as traitors.
I'd never forgive myself. No way. Not if I ran away now.
Okay, this whole screen transition, I don't even know what to
death,
call
huh?
this. It's really
My
disorienting.
thoughts exactly.
I'm not the biggest fan of this.
Yuna! This is our story. Now let's see this thing through together.
Alright. Lady Unaleska, battle begin. This is one of the... Yeah, she only has 24,000 health. Reaper of Souls vulnerable to holy magic. Fortunately, we just kind of learned holy with Yuna. Alright, so let's start by using Haste-Ga. Now, her attack seemed really weak there, but what it also does is it removes any positive buffs you have on your character. And I don't really realize that yet. I realize it not too far into the battle. And also, she has counterattacks. So anytime you get... anytime you hit her with a physical attack, she'll respond by using Blind. Whenever you hit her with a magical attack, she'll respond by using Silence. So you could equip the appropriate Silence Ward or Silence Proof and Darkness Proof on the appropriate characters. Or you can adopt... Oh, she can also do that too. That's annoying. Or another strategy you can adopt, since she only has 24,000 health, just try to take her out with as few attacks as possible. I mean, granted, you could summon Bahamut and do over 20,000. Ooh, Stamina Tablet. And she responds to stealing by putting you to sleep. Okay, well, rather than spending 5 MP on Yuna, just smack Kimari for 22 damage. That was pathetic, Auron. And I think it's at this point I kind of realized that Auron's turn isn't set to come up anytime soon. And yeah, here's where I see it. No longer has haste, trying to figure out what exactly is going on, and I realized that best explanation, and it turns out to be the correct explanation, is that her weak little basic attack is what will take away your buffs from that character. And we have kind of the more epic-ish boss theme. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of this boss theme, but I don't mind them having a different boss theme for a few key bosses throughout the game. I mean, heck, my favorite Final Fantasy IV, did that. You had the Elemental Fiends boss theme, and then you had the regular boss theme. And of course the final boss theme, but that one's allowed and expected to be different. That was our first use of Flare, 54 MP. Dang, that was strong. Okay, let's fix Lulu. Again, that's annoying. Yeah, I'm checking. I use the Asuna there, just to kind of check the status of him. And yeah, he has lost his haste. At one point, I also thought that maybe tagging someone out caused them to lose their haste, but no, that's not how this game works. Alright, we're going to switch back to Waka here for physical attacks. We'll try Silence Buster. Well, worth a shot. Maybe to try and stop these annoying magic-based counterattacks. It was wishful thinking. We have a ton of items, so let's start using some of those. Oh, well, that's annoying. I gotta reestablish haste on her. Yeah, let's tag in Titus, and we'll just go for a basic haste here. Alright, and 85 MP to cast this thing. Dang. Really awesome effect. I like it. It wasn't a super lengthy animation. Ooh, Waka could finish her, but I don't want... Yeah, by the way, Yuna Leska is a multi-phase boss fight. If you hadn't guessed by her 24,000 HP, yeah, that worked perfectly, because using an item gave Waka a slow enough recharge to just go back. And her hair just grew a bunch of tentacles. What the heck? Hellbiter? Oh, this isn't good. Okay, so as you can see, it did pitiful damage, but it did turn everyone into a zombie. And so this is the reason why I stocked up on all those holy waters earlier. This was the battle I was thinking of when I did that. I wasn't thinking of the third battle with Seymour on Mount Gagazet. It just kind of happened that they were good there too. But yeah, I bought them for this battle with Yuna Leska, because I knew she was going to do that. And you can see this form has 48,000 HP. Well, it's still vulnerable to Holy, so let's do that. I like it, because it does kind of remind me of like the classic animations for Holy. While obviously giving it a, well, originally came out on the PS2, so I'm going to say PS2 3D remake of that animation. Alright, Flare Fury. Now, I don't know what happens with Flare Fury here, but for some reason I could only get 3 uses out of it. I mean, I guess it's nice because it was free, but it wasn't so nice because it did less damage than a single flare will do. And I don't know if it's something with the Flare Fury itself being more difficult to get higher than 3 or 4. I end up using it again off camera and still only get to the 3 on Flare Fury, so yeah, well, it is what it is. It was free, it didn't cost MP, so I guess I can be thankful for that. Yuna, however, kind of low on MP, and we only have 17 ethers? This whole game I've only been able to collect 17 ethers? Well, there's not too many more major battles left, so let's go ahead and start using some of these ethers. And, okay, how do I want to handle this? Yeah, Flare, if you notice that, it has a longer recharge. Yeah, look at that, 8,000 damage. That did better than her Flare Fury. Alright, let's have Titus use more of the Holy Waters, because his attacks aren't as strong as Lulu's, so yeah. Or should I say, Lulu. I had to. Only 12,000 left, okay. Yeah, we'll go for another Holy. And also, in the second phase, she stops counterattacking. By the way, there's going to be 3 phases to this fight, from what I remember. Oh, this is also post-commentary me, so... Past gameplay me thought there was, 3 phases. Post-commentary me knows that there's 3 phases. Are we going to do that Hellbiter again? Okay, well... Let's start using some Holy Waters. And before we get into the third form, I wouldn't mind getting some more MP on Yuna. Oh, I need Titus to get a turn. I want to take her out right here. Okay, perfect. So we'll just do that, and now Titus can use Holy Water, and Lulu can finish off the second form. And we'll finish that off with my favorite, Thundaga. Yeah! Yeah, that did enough damage. And now her tentacle hair melts, and oh my gosh, she's like Medusa. Megadeth. Oh, this isn't going to be good. Wait, tell me this isn't going to... Well then. That's a demonstration of the game over screen. And I'll meet you back here next time at the third part, and we'll do something different. You know, if we all stayed as zombies, we would have avoided that death attack.